Somebody say something surprising to me.
The moon is going to fall. The moon is going to break.
Selemene's tits! Are you serious?
Selemene still.
Hey guys, welcome back to Weeb101, and today we actually have a special episode. This one is actually special, very dear and near to our hearts. And no, it's not Law. I know he's very dear and near to my heart right now. But it's actually these little plushies all the way over here. It should give you a clue. Sid. What are we talking about?
What's up? Today, we are talking about Dota 2 Dragon's Blood. And
Hey, nice.
by the way, we have a very special guest with us today, sitting right
One
next to
sec.
me.
Actually, go on. My camera seems to be malfunctioning. Yes,
we
it's
have
back. Yes,
we
go
have a
on.
very special guest sitting right next to me. I'm actually not a short person. I have normal height. He's actually just too tall, so don't hate on me for being too short. It just looks like that right now. This is my brother. Introduce yourself, Mickey.
Okay, Adi, we got him on video. That's it. End this
Yeah.
video right now. That's enough. That's all the proof we needed.
What I hate. My name is Migi. I am Borda's younger brother. I introduced him to Dota basically, so that's how he's into all this.
So to
We'll
stop
talk about
Mickey from
that.
talking any further and make me want to not shove
Yeah,
my
I don't know.
glasses into my
Introduce yourself
nostrils.
properly. Mickey's my brother. He's playing Dota almost every day now. He's a huge fan, so that's why he's joining us for the series.
Thank
And,
you, Sid, for not having a normal introduction.
Yeah, he's joining us for a series, and he plays almost every day. He's trying to go pro. So if he goes pro in the future, this is his first public appearance. And if not,
Okay,
well,
now
sucks to
I
be
know
him.
I know audience Sid hate it, but
Yeah.
it's time for Bruce life history.
What?
Mukashi.
Mukashi. Well, I guess we just sit back for this. I just keep the microphone right here and just
Yes,
sit
thank
back.
you. Thank you. I would like that. Thank you. Yes, a long time ago, 2007, I started playing Dota when it was a map on Warcraft 3, and I had a few friends to play it with, except in my first match, I thought my friend was my enemy and I kind of got him killed by mistake. And nobody ever played with me since. So I used to play
Well.
with bots every day. And nobody taught me the game. And Dota is a very, very complex game. It's a very complex game. It takes a lot of time to understand it. I was abandoned, so I played with bots. And then Dota 2 came out. I introduced Audi to it. And that was a mistake because he got way too addicted.
Way too
And
addicted. You destroyed
Sid
his
used to
life.
make fun of me all the
Yes.
time for playing Dota. He was like, "Oh, look at this game! It's such bad graphics." Oh, and then I played it once, just once. I played it in front of him, and he was like, "Hey, dude, what game are you playing? Oh, that looks cool. Oh, what's that game? What's that game?" I was like, "Oh, Sid, this is the game you were saying has bad graphics." And then he went home, installed it immediately, and started playing it.
Yeah, I did.
And then Mickey did not like Dota at that time.
This so what exactly happened is earlier we both used to have one PC, and when even earlier I used to play games, like a lot of games except Dota, and always I would be like, can you like close this game, it's so shit, I don't like it, it looks very boring and all. One day I'm like, what is this game he keeps on playing? I closed my normal game and I opened it, I'm like, it's fun. Then after like Brew introduced it to me, then slowly I started playing, and even in that I was forced to play with bots with y'all, if you remember, and you would send me support like CM or some shit because like you're not good enough to play core. I was like, it's so boring, and now I'm like I love the game a lot. Like
Now Mickey is the most addicted amongst all of us. He plays at least 4 hours a day. Audi
4
plays
hours?
3 hours a day.
3
I
hours.
It's
play
his
2
life.
I
hours
play
a
one
day.
game and I'm done.
And I
I'm
play
not-
no years a year.
But as part of this episode, on the day we're filming this, we are
Yes.
actually going to play one match of Dota if we can afford the
Maybe
time.
yes, if we can afford it.
Yeah. if we
Right
can
after
afford
this
it.
podcast.
But
yeah.
anyway, with
Brew.
the life stories out of the way, Sid,
Brew.
again, what are we going to talk about?
Well, we talked about Dota. Brew will tell you all what Dota is for those who don't know. And today, once again, we're going to talk about Dragon's Blood, the Dota 2 anime or the Dota anime. It's an amazing
Yes.
show. We checked it out. We've been waiting for this. Bro, for those who don't know, what is Dota and what is Dragon's Blood? Huh? What is this shit?
Why am
Well-
I stuck with this job here?
I think this podcast
Okay.
is going to, if anyone is going to watch it, they're just going to be like, Dota, yes, and then they're going to blame us for getting addicted to the game.
Yes, we warn you right now. In fact, we have one of our formats on our Instagram coming out and our YouTube coming out, which is going to talk about this very same
Yes,
topic.
yes.
And I repeat the message I put in the end over there. If you get addicted to this game, it is not on us. It is on you.
Yeah, it's on you.
We know how addictive it can get, which is why I'm giving you this warning right before we start anything. But with that said, Dota might possibly be one of the greatest games in the world. It's one of the most addictive for sure. It also is the one with the steepest learning curve, and currently at least, it is the esports title that gets in the most money with a prize pool of 40 million US dollars this year. 40 million! And you know something? The tournament was cancelled before people
Yeah,
started
it was.
paying for it. So usually it's crowdfunded. So that means they sell like these hats or cosmetics for your heroes, and people paid for it even though they knew that the event was cancelled and would be held this year in 2021. So throughout 2020, in the year where people didn't have money, Valve somehow raised 40 million US dollars, and mind you, that is only 25%. So they made $1.25 billion of one season of Dota. That's how addictive it can get. We personally have spent hundreds of dollars
my
over
God.
the years.
Oh, we
It's
spent.
actually
We have.
120
We have
million, right?
contributed.
Isn't there like a
We
difference?
spent 120
What?
billion.
No, I'm saying no. You said it was
Rich guy.
1.25 billion. Yeah, isn't it 120 million? There was like a. Isn't there like an additional zero before it becomes a billion?
Yes, that's what I said. Okay, never mind. I'll edit that part out, I guess. I'm not going to edit it, but still. Yes, 125 million.
Yes, Odi the numbers
Anyway,
guy.
It's still a huge number.
Still a huge
and
number,
we
yeah.
ourselves have spent hundreds of dollars in the
Oh.
game. Not because it gives you any competitive advantage. It is literally just looks. We saw one particular item being offered at a very high rate, and we were like, that looks cool. We need it.
Yes.
Yep.
Exactly.
But I mean, it feels like I'm selling the game. Right?
Yeah.
My
it
wallet
feels like
empty,
that.
as you can see. My
I'll
wallet
start
empty.
explaining the game. So basically, Dota is a MOBA, and Dota is the father of MOBAs. Basically, what happened was there was a map in Warcraft 3 where a few guys made it, and then it passed people. You know, multiple people started working on it. But most notably, the current one, IceFrog. Nobody knows who he is. I mean, people do know, but then he has asked to be private, and everyone respects his privacy. So nobody knows who he is. Nobody knows where he's from. All that we know is that he takes care of Dota balance changes. Now,
Exactly.
for the average game, you might get a patch every month or every couple of weeks, and we might be like, okay, that's done, that's cool. This is what we're going to get next month. It doesn't work like that for Dota. IceFrog has traditionally released notes, these patch notes, only when the update hits, and you have no idea what's coming until the update is already in the game. So, for example, if one of your heroes is going to get absolutely dumpstered and can't be used in the next meta, you're not going to find out until it's already happened, you know. You just have to learn to live with it. But that is what keeps Dota fresh and gives it a new learning curve every time.
Yep.
And the base game is very simple. You have two ancients on either side of the map. You have the Radiant and the Dire. Your job is to destroy these ancients. What makes it tough and complicated is that you have 3 lanes with towers. So you have to destroy the tier 1 towers, then the tier 2 towers, then the tier 3 towers, then 2 tier 4 towers, and then finally you can start attacking the ancient. What makes it even more complicated is that there are over 100 heroes you can select from, and 10 of them will fight on the battlefield. 5 from your team, 5 from the enemy team. Okay, if you're still with me,
Yes.
you can control 1 hero out of the 5 on your team, and you will be left with 4 randoms, or if you are fortunate enough to have 4 friends with you, those 4 friends control other heroes. Now, it starts becoming really complex because you have these creeps or little minions that keep coming down each lane, which you farm for gold and experience so that you can buy items, so that you can level up as a hero. And you have to kill other heroes for farm and experience as well. Okay, I forgot. There are also neutral creeps, which don't run around in the lanes, but are in jungles, which you can kill for gold and experience. Am I forgetting something? There are also
And
neutral
there's also-
explain
items.
just
there's
explain the
also
base this
a
thing. You're
huge
getting
beast.
into like territory that people are not going to get into that much.
Yeah, I'm just trying to explain how complex this game is. You have neutral items, items that drop only when you kill these neutral creeps. And as Mickey has started saying, you have a giant
beast.
monster, a beast who you have to team up to kill. All 5 of you need to go together to kill him, and he drops one drop, which is called the Aegis of the Immortal, which brings a person to life once they die. But where Dota has an advantage over most FPS games is that once you die, you always respawn. There is never a time where you die and you're out of the game. You always respawn. You always have another chance to turn it around. And there is no surrender button like you have in League of Legends. So if you're a League player who's looking at this anime as this podcast to figure out what the hell is going on, you can't surrender in Dota. But that fact is what has led to some amazing comebacks over the years. It's made history in Dota.
Yep.
Well, that's all the complicated stuff out there. Basically, fun game. Just try it out. Once you get into it, you'll see the intricacies, you'll see the combinations, the synergies.
All the small mechanics, like
All the small
all
mechanics.
the small mechanics.
Like, for example, I don't mean to turn you off at all, but for example, if you click on an enemy hero to attack the enemy hero while the enemy hero's creeps are around him, they automatically attack you.
Aggro,
Why does
yeah.
this happen? We don't know. But that's how it is. So yeah, just step into Dota. They have a new player experience, which is supposedly really good. There's a tournament going on right now, so you can figure out what's going on. Hopefully, maybe understand something a little better, and maybe catch on to one of your favorite pro players right now. And there's a new update coming out with a new hero on April 9th, which we are all very excited for. And before we start the actual podcast, I think I've mentioned Dota enough for now. I've explained Dota enough for now. Before we start the actual podcast, guys, we have a little surprise. Just a little one. So, some of you might know, I don't know how many new people are going to be here. We are on every social media site you can think of. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're even on TikTok. We're actually doing quite well on TikTok. But yeah, we're uploading new formats, but everything leads back to our YouTube, our podcast channel, which you're watching right now. Why is everyone else so quiet? Okay, our podcast channel, which you're watching right now, our highlights channel, where we put out little bites of our podcast in case you don't want to watch the whole thing, and our special channel, the Last Take channel, where we give you scripted content through the week, 1 episode a day, except for Sundays, which is where we prepare for the next week. So do follow, do check it out. You can, if you subscribe, you'll know when a new episode comes out. It might be about something you love, it might be about us hating on something you love, and that leads to some spicy conversations, doesn't it? So yeah, check them out, give us a like and follow, and this video as well, comment, let people know that the Weeb Kings are in town. Sid, would you agree? Are we the Weeb Kings?
I just woke up after your long description. Yeah, sure. Whatever you say.
It hurt
Damn.
to hear Weeb
He asked me
Kings.
to explain it, and then he pretends to sleep by the time I finish explaining it.
Well,
Pretends,
explain to us
I wish.
what part of Dota we are here
Bro,
for,
you
like,
taught me Dota all over again.
Yeah, I know, pretty much. This is like the beginning tutorial. Who needs Purge? Just
I was
watch
like,
Weeb101.
damn.
Hey,
Brief
I'm
introduction to the
Purge
game.
now, guys. I'm Purge. Thanks, Purge. Oh, by the way, you guys want to learn Dota? Check out Purge Dota.
Yes. Purge.
He actually has a tutorial called "Welcome to Dota. You suck." And it's
Yes, you do suck.
glorious to start.
And so
with.
do we. But yeah.
Aside from all the tough mechanics that the game has to provide, it has also a very interesting lore behind it. It has a lot of rules, it has a lot of stories, it has a lot of decent racist characters, and that seems to be the setting for Dota Dragon's Blood that we should be discussing on right now.
Yes, let's get started. Finally. Bro,
Producer
Dragon's Blood.
bringing us on track.
Thank you, producer.
Start. Okay.
Okay, fine, let's start. And since I have talked so far, I want somebody else to start this conversation.
Mickey, what is Dota 2 Dragon's Blood?
So
Oh, wait, I haven't introduced that. Oh, shit, I forgot to introduce the
Yeah.
anime.
Yeah,
No, no.
that's what
Okay.
I was telling you
Okay,
to
wait,
do.
wait.
Sorry, I thought you asked me to introduce Dota. Okay, I'll make the anime introduction quick. Basically, the anime features Dota characters, multiple characters, and there are some characters who are only in the Dota lore, which we have never seen in the game. And these characters can include goddesses, can include elves, can include all kinds of stuff, dragons, eldworms, and it's going to be a combination of all this. But as I told you, Dota has over 100 characters for you to choose from. This anime has around 6 or 7 that they show, and that's pretty much it. It's a nice, concise version of what happens. We follow the story of Davion, the Dragon Knight. And now somebody else can take over before I start rambling on for too long.
Yes.
Okay,
So-
you want something to say? You got something to say?
First impressions. Mickey, I would like him to, since he's our special guest, I would like him to start off.
Go for it.
So about the anime, it was good, but then I feel like it could have been way better, because like the lore was little. The lore was I didn't find the lore that great, and I thought they'll get more characters like Dota. The most famous character of Dota is the one which Brew hates the most, which is Pudge. It's one of the most famous characters of Dota, which it actually is. We have a plushie, and the plushie, and they didn't get Pudge for some reason, which I found very weird. But they got Invoker. Why? But they got Invoker, which was fine. But overall, I think I'll give it a, you can say, 8 out of 10. Like because the game is something I love a lot, because of which I love the anime so much. So I think
Resident
pretty
Dota
much it.
player approves.
Yeah, Dota player
Resident
does approve.
Dota Pro approves. Mickey
Yeah.
is going to be the first Indian pro player who comes from India and is an American born.
Team TND.
Yes, team.
Do not say that name. You
Do
have
not
brought
take that
shame
name
upon
in
it.
vain.
Anyway, yes, as you can hear from the
Yeah.
person who actively plays Dota, he really liked it. He wanted more heroes in, which is obviously something that I think all fans wanted. They wanted
Yeah.
more heroes
Yeah.
to be
Like it was
included
too less.
in the anime.
But it's just
at the
book
same
one,
time-
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
what-
have to
so-
understand. It's just book one, and there's only so much they can cram into 6 hours of not even
4
6
hours,
hours, sorry,
barely.
4 hours of
Yeah,
content.
so there's only so
it's
much.
It's like
Yeah.
one long movie. You can't really cram in too much, especially with something as complicated as Dota. But seeing how they have book one and seeing how Dota is so vast, we could even have a book 30 and still have fresh
Yeah.
stories going
Yeah,
on. So I
exactly.
think that's something that's hopeful for the future. But actually, Sid, in contrast, a complete contrast to what Mickey just said, why don't you tell us what you thought? Because I think that's what's going to set the tone for the rest of the conversation.
Before Sid explains it, Sid gives his own opinion. Can you explain the setting of Dragon's Blood to the viewers out there, for anyone who hasn't
Okay.
watched probably?
Okay, the setting of the show is basically Davion, the Dragon Knight, who is hunting dragons, meets Mirana, Princess of the Moon, who's hunting for someone who stole something of her goddess Selemene. And Selemene is the goddess of the moon. Now, this is the main story. These are the characters that the story revolves around, and it follows their journey towards the Invoker, the most powerful mortal mage, and who elongates his life with his own spells, and he basically is the strongest out there. He's a magician, he's a mage, he's a sorcerer, he is the Invoker. And these are the 3 focal characters here, except for one demon, Terrorblade, who is out to destroy the world and remake it in his own imagination. Imagine Thanos, but more demony and less outer spacey.
Yeah.
Like way OP. Demon Terrorblade
Yeah,
is too OP in the anime. It feels like.
Disclaimer to anyone who's watching: if you have to understand the lore for this episode, then you can either do it by downloading the game and reading the biographies for each hero, or the heroes shown in the anime, or you can just look them up on the Dota 2 website, and you can kind of
Or-
read
Look them up
lore,
on the Dota
because-
2 site, or you can play the game. That way you will definitely learn all about them.
Or you can watch the YouTube series Loregasm by Sir Action Slacks.
Yes,
Who is
yes.
also been approved by Netflix.
We aren't like, shh. We're trying to be
Hey,
sponsored by Valve here, not
He's a
Action
boy.
Slacks.
He's a boy.
He's a boy.
And I will
He's a
shout
boy.
him out. Speaking to the...
But yeah,
Yes, Sir Action
this
Slacks is pretty
anime
cool, yeah.
requires a
Yes.
bit of context before you get into it fully. So do
Not
give yourselves-
really. You can still
Yeah,
enjoy
not
it
really.
without
Yeah, you
knowing
still
it.
enjoy it as it is. Yeah, you don't need to explain
Yeah,
the whole
absolutely.
history.
Well, yeah.
But yeah.
Sid.
So, initially I was very excited for it because I do love the game, even though I haven't played it in a while because,
Already got
it's
him.
too
That
addicting.
was recorded. That was recorded.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, go on.
I was, my god, just because I try not to play. It's very addicting, so I try not to play it, but I do love the game. And I was very excited to watch it. Like, we were waiting. We were like, oh my god, it's going to be fun. Like, I saw it in a day, so I still finished the whole thing. While working, I was watching it distracted. I was like, let's see what's going on here. I can finish work after 2 episodes and 3 and 4 and suddenly after 8 episodes. So initially I was kind of disappointed, because I understand like Studio Mir is an amazing studio. They made stuff like Korra and everything, and they did pretty good animation. But somehow in the beginning, I don't know if you'll agree with me, it looked a little choppy for some reason. I don't know why. The animation looked quite choppy to me, even though the illustrations are like really well done. The character styles do look similar to those of like Korra and like the Avatar universe, but it's still like different. But yeah, the animation kind of seemed choppy and it seemed to disconnect me from the show. And
That's a
in the
similar
beginning,
problem I had when I watched Korra first. It seemed
Yeah,
very choppy for me,
exactly.
and it took me a while to get used to it as well. So yeah, it kind of
took a while to get used to it. Yeah. And so I was, and like even the storyline, I wasn't as invested in it, because like, like you guys know, I'm not a big fan of like fantasy settings. I don't watch a lot and consume a lot of fantasy stuff, but I still do like Dota, so I did watch it because of that. And I was still following it. It didn't like blow my mind, but I still had like fun watching it, especially like towards the ending, which we'll talk about. I started enjoying it more as it ended, and I think it'll get better as more seasons and books come. So like new viewers should definitely check it out. But it was a little, in my opinion, it was a little weak for me in the beginning, That's what I'll say.
Sid is actually missing out on the most important point of everything we had in our preliminary discussions after watching the show, which is he said something that I never thought he would say. To give you a little bit of context, anytime you ask Sid about Dota, he says, trash game, I'm never playing that game again,
Yeah.
trash game, oh, I hate it.
Of course.
And as you heard just a little while ago, he claims to love it. So what's going on? So the thing is, Sid loves and hates the game. He loves it because it's so good, but he hates it because it makes him waste all his time away
Exactly.
in it. So he pretends to hate it on a general
Yes,
basis.
it works.
But this anime, despite what he just said about how he wasn't very happy with it, made him want to play the game
Yes.
immediately.
I messaged you guys and I was like, damn, I hate this show. It makes me want to play Dota again. I hate this shit. Remember?
Yes, exactly. So that is monumental, because if it can make Sid a player who
actively
who
tries
has
to turn
incredible
himself away.
self-restraint when it
Yeah.
comes to coming back to this game,
Mm-hmm.
when he tries not to come back to the game, if it makes him want to play, that means any player who left the game for any reason is immediately going to come back for sure. Because if
For
Sid
sure.
can come back, believe me, anyone can come
Yes,
back.
we are playing after this.
Yes.
But yeah, Sid has some interesting opinions over there. He is not a very fantasy person anymore. He
Yes.
used to be. He used to really appreciate fantasy stories. But then I think the isekai burnout
Yeah.
happened to Sid, and he just can't handle any
I'm
other
done
fantasy
with that
worlds
shit.
anymore.
Yeah, now he's more into steampunk and cyberpunk.
Yeah, I love cyberpunk shit. But yeah, anyways.
Yeah.
Uh,
Anyway, Audi, your thoughts?
I got into it because we all played Dota together. I figured I'm more heavily invested into the lore of the game, of the characters than you boys are. You boys are knowledgeable, but I like to follow through and see what stories.
Hey,
can-
I take that as a personal insult.
I've
Do
No,
you
never
yeah.
really
seen
think?
you.
Do you really think we haven't watched Loregasm, huh?
Yeah, dude, I'm
Hey.
caught up on that shit, unlike you.
Yup, we
You
saw the
boys are
new
lore fans.
Glorgasm,
Have you
did
read
ya?
the lore of every single character?
Nah,
We
Yeah.
don't need to read if they make videos for us to watch, you know.
That is also true. But we
Act-
have read
Where
it.
have
Who
you seen
hasn't read the
all-
lore of the
Yeah, we have
heroes?
read
And
it.
actually, I haven't read lore. I'm not kidding. I haven't read any heroes lore except TB because I
that's a more
wanted to know.
subjective thing.
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
like the
yeah. I
story.
remember
read
when
anything.
when we were watching the anime. Mickey's like, "Yo, do you know TB was in like Foulfell and he saw his own reflection in the mirror?" I'm like, "Yo, really? You're telling me this now while watching the anime? Everyone knows that shit."
One of his abilities
So,
is
yeah,
called
he
reflection.
doesn't.
I mean, like, I like the first, I'm new to this lore because I haven't read any hero because like I find kind of boring. Like it's interesting, but still they're like around 140 heroes, so that much lore. I'll forget the first hero by the time I reach the
Yeah, it's
100th
that
hero.
much lore. It's like you're
Yeah.
interested in the anime,
I mean,
but you
like-
hate the lore. Interesting.
I don't hate the lore. I haven't read it. There's
So
difference.
what's
Like,
really interesting is for those who are watching, if you are watching, if anyone's watching at this point after our ramblings, lore in Dota
IceFrog
is
is
very
watching.
interconnected. While it might not seem like that, while it might seem scattered all over the land, you actually have some very deep connections that happen, and you will not expect it at all. So, Mickey, even though you're a pro player, you might know Dota mechanics better
Fundamentals.
than us, but Dota lore, you're still a noob.
No, I know some like the Kotal CK one. That's one of the ones I know where the fundamentals they got swapped. That's like
Yeah,
that's the only
basically-
thing I know. And the
Basically,
some-
Audi, we know lore as well. So screw you. You may continue.
But yeah, it was kind of exciting to see that a Dota related anime was coming out, and that this very lore that we keep thinking about all the time is actually going to get a proper platform, is actually going to be shown in a set manner by Valve themselves. So I was kind of excited to see this anime, but then there were some pitfalls, like the animation, for example. I couldn't get used to the animation for like the first 4 episodes, and then afterwards I had to just get myself into the mood and like, okay, here are I have to just deal with this animation and try to see the story for what it is. Then the voice actors, I don't know why they didn't maintain the same voice actors that they had in the game. I think that's one of my biggest complaints, because
Yeah.
we are used to the voices of the characters, and they just chose to overwrite that and just bring their own
Yeah.
American
The
cast
British
into it, which
Mirana
is a
like,
bit-
"Oi,
Yeah,
Davion,
Mirana's
how
a
you
little
doing,
British.
mate? You want a cup of tea, Davion?"
Davion.
Selemene
Davion.
Selemene
not
and Irish.
being as Irish as she
You want
is
a
was
cup
a
of
bit
tea.
disappointing. I expected her to
Yeah.
go full Irish in this. And
Yeah.
I was a bit lost by that, but then
And one
story-wise-
thing which one thing when I was seeing which made me like, which was like when they were seeing front towards the camera, the characters, they had this weird triangle on their nose, which I told Borda also about,
Oh, that's
which I found very annoying. Like it was a little hard for me because it was like this is weird. Like I thought like the guys who made on every character they made by mistake the one triangle over here. He's looking straight, which I found like really weird in the
Yeah.
animation.
No, that was for
Isn't that just the
that was
style,
to
though?
show the structure of the
Yeah.
nose. It's part of the character style. Yeah, that was fine with that. But yeah.
And I was like, I found a mistake for some reason.
but
I like the added extra line.
You can't just find it a mistake if it's not a mistake.
I
hope you
said
realize that.
I thought they added an extra line on every by mistake on every hero. Oops, extra line.
Who
Oops,
makes
extra
such a
line.
big mistake? What's wrong?
That's
They're
quite
like,
an
we made-
interesting.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
because the same thing wasn't there in Korra and all. I like. Was it? It wasn't there in Korra.
I don't think
this
we
weird
analyzed the
line.
anime so much that we saw, tiny little details.
Also, I did like the intro a lot. Like I like
yeah.
when I saw Oracle and they explained the primordial mind, and I was like, "Damn, this is nice." So I did like the intro in the beginning. That was a happy surprise. And also, speaking of the intro, that
Intro
opening
sequence.
opening sequence is sick. That shot of Mirana,
opening
holy
sequence is-
shit! That shot of Mirana was beautiful. It blew my mind.
I think Valve used the money they put aside for Mirana remodel. They were like, okay, we saved this much, and Netflix was like, yo, you want to make an anime, man? And they're like, yo, here's this money we just found lying around. Just make her look good. That's all we need. After like having a potato model for like 5 years, 7
Yeah.
years, they're just like, just do it, man. Just make her look good. Take how much ever money you want.
Yeah,
Make her
exactly.
look good at the start.
And the best part is we don't even see half of what she looks like. We just see like an eyeball, her hair and her arms, and that's about it.
In the moonlight,
There
and
is
it's
no
like,
proper
it
detail
looks
to it, and it still
beautiful.
looks better than what we see right now in the game.
Yeah, I was like, wow. I think that shot is my favorite shot in the whole series. It was just so beautifully produced, dude.
Yeah.
Like the lighting and everything, the hair animation. I was like, oh wow, blew my mind.
It would be really exciting
It
to
was
see
very
if
good.
that was a
Very,
remodel
very good.
for the hero. But
Yeah,
yeah, story built up pretty nicely.
Yeah,
I
it was
honestly
nice.
expected a lot more heroes to show up. Because they did show like voice actors. A lot of voice actors came into play for this anime. I figured they'd have like related characters to Dragon Knight. I don't know how many characters are related to Dragon Knight, but apparently Invoker is. So which is what I least
Apparently
expected. So
Phoebe
I
is
figured
there.
if Invoker is going to be part of this, then who the fuck else can be part of it? Anyone?
Yeah, I
Invoker
did.
is not directly related to Dragon Knight though. That's a bit
In the lore, it's not mentioned, right? But then again, like they have.
No, I mean even in the show, he's not directly related to Dragon
Yeah.
Knight at all.
I suppose. But then yeah, they still have interactions. at the
TB
end,
is
right?
like more
there is like
towards
a still
DK.
important role that he
TB
plays.
is more towards DK. Like in the anime, they showed a complete new lore for DK, right, Bru? You were saying, which is the
It's time for the Hades.
The Hades.
Okay, listen. And it's not as Hades as they say it is. It's a very simple thing. When you read the lore for the Dragon Knight in Dota, he's going around trying to find his long lost enemy who he's like his ultimate foe, Slyrak, the incarnation of fire itself, the master of fire, the dragon that has an eldworm, an ancient dragon with a lot of power of fire, and he finds Slyrak, but he finds him withering away. He finds him dying and on the cusp of death, and he's like, I'm not going to kill you. It's not honorable to kill a dying creature. And Slyrak says, human, just give me an honorable death. Give me a death by sword. I'm dying anyway. Don't let me suffer and die like this. Just kill me with the sword. And Dragon Knight goes to kill him. And at that moment, Slyrak stabs him with his little claw. Okay, it's not little. It's a very sharp, a very long, very big claw.
Yeah.
He stabs him with his claw, passing on the last of his powers into the dragon, into the Dragon Knight, thereby helping him get the attributes of a dragon, helping him get stronger, have more armor, have better regeneration, have literally become a dragon when he's fighting. So that makes it sound really cool. But in the anime, Slyrak is in his prime and he gets destroyed by a possessed dead body dragon.
a possessed Eldrum, yeah.
Yeah, possessed Eldworm. He gets the Eldworm is possessed,
He's
is dead,
dark.
but he gets possessed, and then they fight. Slyrak is about to die, and then Davion is like, Davion helps kill the other Eldworm again, and then Slyrak is lying down. And he's like, I'm fatally wounded, human. I'm like, hey, this is not how it's supposed to go.
No,
Like, where's
the last part
emotion
was the
behind
same.
the scene?
Yeah, they made
I
the
think
last
the
part same,
base-
where he cuts him with the sword and he kills him with the.
The last part
they made
was the
that.
same, but then the emotion behind it was completely lost
Yeah,
because
they changed
it's
it.
no longer a knight who's like, giving death to an old and dying foe, but it's like, okay, you were in battle, you almost died, why don't I just kill you for the sake of it?
Yeah.
But I think
And so
they would
even
be
that-
more
that's why
focused
they
on
showed
Dragon
how-
Knight and
Say,
his
say,
adventures
say.
alone. They wouldn't be able to focus on other characters as well because
God.
it would just be him going around trying to
Doing
find
pan.
Slyrak.
No, so my question is, there already was an Eldworm which was there. They knew there was an Eldworm there. That's why the whole story happened right there. So what if the captain got possessed by Terrorblade, and Davion just followed him straight from there, okay? And he goes to kill the dragon while it's sleeping, and Davion is like, okay, what if he doesn't kill the dragon and the dragon wakes up, and then he goes and stops the captain, and they have like a little fight or whatever. And then TB comes out, he's like, yo, I'm gonna kill you, you dared, you fight a demon? And then Slyrak is like, listen, you're Dragon Knight, listen, I'm gonna die, just cut me down right now and, don't let this demon guy kill me, please. At least you kill me, you're a Dragon Knight. This guy is from the pits of hell, literally. And then DK is like, okay, I kill you. And then the same process, same thing happens. But except the dying Eldworm is Slyrak and not some other unknown dragon to us. Because that keeps the same thing, right? He still gets the power of Slyrak. And using the power of Slyrak, he fights off Terrorblade, who's possessed the captain. Which means...
Yeah, but you're
it
only
goes
thinking
along with the story.
about.
It continues the story perfectly.
Yeah, but you're only thinking about the part of the lore with Slyrak. Like here, I think they introduced all these other dragons that we didn't know about, right? And especially the one with the eyes that looked really freaking cool. Do you remember that
Yeah,
one?
that looked really cool.
Holy
That looked
shit!
really cool, yeah.
That
But
would be
yeah,
the
It looked like some
darkness
white dragon.
I know. I was like, damn.
That's the
But I
Natasha
think they were
dragon.
they were overusing the eye opening animation a lot. It was cool 2-3 times, not like 10 times. But yeah,
Yeah, it's like, kill the mouse. Like, oh, okay, that's cool.
yeah.
Eat it. Okay, chill.
we see
I
that
get
you
it,
have
you wanna
eyes in
kill
your
him.
wings. Yeah.
I think Dragon Knight's lore on its own would have been a really good story. But I
No,
think
it
they
would have
wanted to
been,
introduce
yeah.
a lot more characters in like the span of
Yeah,
8
but I'm saying
episodes.
you actually take the same amount of time, except instead of the epic dragon fight at the start, you have an epic dragon knight versus Terrorblade possessed human fight.
I don't know. It seemed like maybe.
Yeah, but Dragon Knight versus Terrorblade, like the guy that Terrorblade possessed, that guy, right?
The captain.
You're saying
that
Dragon
guy,
Knight
that
should
guy,
have fought
captain,
him.
Yeah.
versus Davion with the power of Slyrak. It would have made an interesting fight.
Yeah,
for
but I
sure.
don't think that
Because,
situation would have taken place based on how things went in that story, right? There was no time for them to make such decisions, you know.
No, it could even be like okay, if Davion actually went behind the captain, okay, and this guy's fighting the dragon, and Davion's like, holy shit, okay, the dragon looks really old and about to die, we can kill it, but what the hell is going on with this green glowy eye guy? This is freaking me out. And then Terrorblade is like, hey, human, hey, I kill you next. And Davion's like, what? And then Slyrak is like, listen, Dragon Knight, you are Knight, please kill me before Demon kill me.
Yeah,
please,
but that's
all I
if he's
ask."
old,
And
right?
All Dragon Knight has to do is attack
Yeah.
him, and that's it.
No, but that's if he's old, right? But in this case, he was in his prime, and I don't think he's
but that's
too
what I'm
arrogant
saying.
to
In
give
the
a shit.
ML lore,
Mention
he
if he was
was
in his
old,
prime,
so I
right?
don't know why they changed it to him being in his prime suddenly. That's where the disconnect happens for me, because him being old made more sense.
Was Slyrak in his prime? Do they ever mention that?
I don't know. That's what Brew is saying.
Dude literally rose out of lava and started fighting
I mean, that's his
one of the
basic
most powerful
power,
demons
but
in the universe.
But then
No,
the is supposed to be
no.
pretty old to
Audi is
begin
asking in the original lore is Slyrak old.
No. In the original lore, Slyrak is supposed to be old. I'm talking about in Dragon's Blood. Because they never really,
No,
he
he's
never
not
really
old.
says that he's old or he's young or he's like, I don't know. He's
No, he
Yeah,
seems
but
to be
he's-
pretty. He actually says that like you came to fight me when I'm at when I'm like strong or something, right? I don't remember
Yeah.
very well.
There are a lot of lines that insinuate that Slyrak is really powerful right now.
Okay, that makes sense.
Like,
Yeah,
like,
that
for
is-
Christ's sake, every time someone says Slyrak, they're like, yo, you know that Slyrak, bro? You know that guy? Like,
Yeah.
It's like that. Nobody's like, okay, Slyrak, yeah, whatever, dude. That old guy, yeah, he's about to die. They're like, yo, Slyrak? Did you just say Slyrak? Nope, I'm out.
Yeah, I think they went a lot with the dragons. Yeah, that's also like to go a little this from the topic, but we'll come back. A lot of stuff actually did remind me of the Dragon Prince. I think I was telling you like the dragons
Yes.
and the white elves and stuff. You know, the white elves that have
Dragon
orgies
Prince,
with each
great
other.
Show, by the way, by one
Yeah.
of the creators of Avatar, the
Exactly.
Last Airbender. He made it. It's really fun. It's pretty fun. You should check it out.
Yeah, so the different varieties of dragons and like the elves, the white head elves with Australian accents who have orgies. They seem very similar to like the moon elves of
Very
Dragon
similar,
Prince,
yes.
right? Yeah, like so there were a lot of
Except-
similar. What?
What's her name? Rayla, I think, in Dragon Prince.
Oh, the main one, the one of the protagonists,
The
right?
elf. The elf.
Yeah.
the Moon elf. Rayla, I think her accent is beautiful. Okay.
Yeah, her accent is nice. Yeah.
These elves had like a accent.
And also, Dragon Prince is a kids show. This one isn't a kids show at all.
This one is not.
By the way, you should know this. There is a lot of making out. There is like a borderline sex being shown.
A lot of schmecks.
There is a lot of alcohol, a lot of vomiting, a lot of heads being cut off, a lot of stabby in different places that shouldn't be stabby.
There's just way
Approved.
too much blood in this.
I
Just,
approve.
My courier
Yeah.
died.
Don't
But yeah.
don't watch this if you're squeamish.
Please watch it.
Don't watch this if
you
you're a
actually
kid.
should watch it. Even if you're a kid, it's
Look.
fine.
Look, I know the truth, okay? Most
I mean-
Dota players are 12-year-old kids the way you behave online, so don't watch it if you're a kid.
Yeah.
Have I angered someone? Oh no.
Oh no, bro. Get ready for the
Another
hate comments.
Another hate incoming for bro.
No, but yeah, it was cool. I like do you remember in the beginning when we see Dragon Knight with like that shitty helmet? Like remember our Faurea hat that we talk
Yeah.
about? It did remind me of that, except it didn't have like the fucking dragon bone coming in the jaw, the lower jaw.
So for some context, this is really weird item for Dragon Knight which you can get as a cosmetic where he has like some weird jaw
Yeah.
thing around him.
Yeah.
And we started calling it Favadia, which is it Marathi?
Yeah, so Faurea is slang in it basically means like shovel, and people who have like protruding teeth, either lower jaw or upper jaw, coming out. It's like people call them Faurea to make fun of them. It basically means shovel teeth. So Dragon Knight has this.
I would like to say that this is not something we do.
Yeah, we
to
don't do
people
this.
IRL,
Yeah.
okay? We
Yeah,
don't, we are
no.
not those type of people.
It's just what
But
we
when
hear.
it comes to video game characters, we are merciless. So we call him Favadia Knight for like a
Favaria
month straight
Knight,
after
yeah.
that.
Shovel Knight.
Yeah, and his helmet does count, but if there's something below, we would have called him Favadia Knight in the animation as well.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's
exactly.
true that it did remind me of Favadia Knight. I agree.
And so that was funny in the beginning because I was like, interesting that they chose to go with that set. Because the other guys, what was the other guy's name? The other
Kaden?
Kaden. Bro, freaking Iron Man helmet, like, whoa, what the hell?
Yes.
Did you see that?
And his armor has some dragon souls or something.
Yeah, that was like Skyrim level
that
shit.
man, that man had the best technology that there was to offer in this place. Okay,
Yeah.
he got a goddamn Iron Man helmet while
Exactly.
fighting dragons. Okay, he actually goes, "Hey, dragon, you suck," and then he goes
Yup.
back and fights. Like, goddamn, that's cool. That's cool. That's what I would do in a life-threatening situation. If I'm anyway know I'm going to die, I'm going to get an Iron Man helmet and I'm going to look at the person who's coming to stab me and be like, "Shh, "You suck," and then run away.
Did you notice that Kaden had actually 3 items on him from the game, from Dota lore at least?
With 3 items.
Caden's blade.
Yeah,
He
one's
had
Caden's blade.
which is like obviously his go-to weapon. But then on his on his chest plate, it was the Crimson Guard. If you notice,
Crimson
The
Guard.
Crimson Guard?
Are you sure?
He had the Crimson
Yeah.
Guard on his
'Cause
plate.
His chest piece was the Crimson Guard?
he
Wasn't
does
that
the
dragon
shield
armor?
thingy
Yeah.
around him, nah.
What
He's when he jumps and tries to fight Slyrak, he has a weird red or pink sort of shield
Glow
around
in
him
his
when he jumps.
chest, right?
That is Crimson Guard. if you
No,
noticed.
those are souls. Those are some dragon souls or something. You see, they say that later. There are some dragon souls. He says
Crimson Guard?
is the upgrade of Vanguard.
lore of Crimson
I don't know, but I don't think it's dragons because it looks
And
pretty.
he also had force
bad.
boots.
He also had.
Force boots because he was jumping around the air like nobody's
Oh
business.
yeah, freaking haki, dude. He was using haki.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
damn, this boy's jumping in the air like Sanji with haki and shit.
Okay, I can't find a photo of Kaden, but
Yeah.
Odi, I'm pretty sure that was just them hyping up the anime part of it and
Yeah,
seeing him go
Perhaps,
boom,
exactly.
boom, boom.
But dude, you
I'd
saw
like
that
to think
haki,
it was
dude. That was
Crimson
cool.
Guard. That's what I thought.
I'm sorry.
anyways.
I'm sorry. Are you saying the air dragons that come up later also have?
Oh yeah,
force
they are
boots?
also.
Because
Yeah,
they're
they
like
look cool.
boom.
They
and then
just
it's
look
like-
like-
So cool. Those are
It's
so
saying
cool.
the
Yeah, like some
divas
sonic boom.
in, this thing,
Odi, you
Avatar.
argue, but
Avatar.
dragons in Dota need boots. We all know this.
Oh my god.
Yup.
That is true. Very unfortunate.
Mind you, Enigma, the force of gravity itself, who does not have feet in the game, needs boots.
Who
It's some weird
honestly just pull
spiral-
anything to
spiral.
him rather
Yeah.
than walk up to there. But yes.
And everyone needs one boot. That's all.
One boot, yes.
Even,
No,
even
you
if you have
get
4
boots.
legs.
No, but the
It's called
icon is
boots
a boot.
of speed.
It's
but the
one
It's called
It
boot.
was
boots
like
of
one.
speed. It's not called
The
boot of
icon,
speed.
but the icon is like one leg, one
Yeah, the
pair of
icon
shoe.
is one, but you say boots of speed.
No, I say
boot. Say
What
boot.
do you say?
Nobody
in your
says
pro
boot of
language?
speed. You guys just said it and you just heard how awkward it sounded. It's boots of speed.
Boot of speed.
No, it doesn't matter what we say. I'm like, it looks like one boot. So I'm like, okay, we wear one boot and walk around.
No, you can put a different angle to it. Okay, the Dota world is ableist in different ways. They are like, okay, 2-boot people, humanoid people, here, you get it. Boots of speed, take it. You people with weird number of legs, like, you centaurs, and you insects, and you,
Broodmother.
spiders, you guys have to buy multiple of these boots. But they don't have to buy multiple of these boots. So
Yeah.
how do those 2 boots
And
manage
you-
to fit all their legs?
And new manifestations of energy and various things in the universe.
Yes,
who don't
you
have-
Eldworm who flies and never
Who
sits down.
doesn't-
You need boots.
Yeah, who doesn't have anything that's close to the concept of a leg or a
Yes.
feet?
Yes.
Everyone is bound by the shopkeeper's laws to buy one pair of boots from him.
Oh yeah,
shopkeeper
David
will
chose
actually kill
shopkeeper.
you if you don't.
Was that thing the gem of true sight, that orb?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that
right?
was
Yeah,
one.
that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. Yeah.
I didn't know it was gem of true sight. There was some random green stone.
What the fuck?
There is literally one
One.
random green stone in Dota.
Yeah, in the
Yeah, I
game.
realized
Actually,
it.
there would
Yeah,
be 2 if you think about it. Hyperstone also
What is
counts.
this?
bro, it's not a
Hyperstone is
stone.
not a
It's not a
random-
stone.
stone.
It
Yeah,
is a
it
stone,
has
no?
like this
Yeah,
shape.
it's like some weird thingy, like
In the trailer, it's shown that it's a stone. He
Yeah, but
Taylor.
it's like a sculpted stone. When
Yes.
here it's
Yeah,
stone, it's just like a green diamond.
yeah.
Just like a nice
As
polish.
opposed to the jewel
emerald.
inside a fucking metal frame. Yeah, that is not sculpted at all.
Yeah, I mean,
It-
it didn't have a metal frame. It had like one little metal thing on the top for you to wear it like a locket.
Yeah, Audi, why are we discussing Dota geology right now?
Oh my god. Yes.
Eh,
Onwards.
Although
and
it
even
is a
in
good
the
time to
middle,
talk about it. The Gem of True Sight is an item you get in Dota which allows you to reveal invisible heroes in an area around you. And it also allows you to reveal wards which people can use to see, which you can use or your enemies can use to get vision over an area which they might not be able to see otherwise. My courier is falling again. And these couriers help get these items to you from the shopkeeper. The
Which has changed
shopkeeper
now.
is vital in Dota. He's the one who sells you everything you need. But according to Dota lore, the shopkeeper is one of the most powerful person in the lore because they are deeply respected. The last time someone stole from a shopkeeper, they became the beast we mentioned at the start of the video where they hold the Aegis of the Immortals. They're doomed to
Yeah.
die forever repeatedly with heroes killing them. So
Damn,
the
I didn't know that.
shopkeeper- If the shopkeeper
Well,
if the shopkeeper promises something or gives you say some weapon or some item or an artifact and you don't repay them in some way that they ask you to, the gods themselves will come thundering down to give you divine retribution for breaking the shopkeeper's oath.
Yeah, and you don't want that shit.
yeah, like
That's
even when Voka, that girl, she was gonna kill them both. No, not Selemene, the DK and Mirana, when they were in the balcony, the girl was gonna kill them, but
Oh,
then Voka
the-
got
Yeah, yeah.
him,
Pimrin.
got her back,
Pimrin.
saying even I wouldn't break a shopkeeper's rule.
Yes.
Showing if
The
a guy like
shopkeepers
him
are-
is saying this is legit, like
shopkeepers are
yeah.
overpowered. You cannot mess with a shopkeeper.
The gods.
And even like in the middle when DK, when he becomes that weird ass a dragon form, half dragon, half human, with his weird face, like even though you need it, but overall I don't like the face of the dragon where like I actually like the weird normal face. What do you think of that, of the mid transformation?
Form
Look
looks
like a
just
weird
straight up weird.
werewolf.
I thought it was
eating,
okay. It was not
furry
that great.
thing.
I thought
Yeah.
his face looked like lion's face. In the context.
This is Lion.
Yeah, this is lion. But yeah, it did. Yeah, that was weird.
No, I don't know. I don't
But
feel like
Brew
I agree
loved
with
it.
you over there. It was a very good transition between
Yeah.
normal DK to complete full dragon.
Yeah,
DK.
'cause they
It's
actually
okay,
needed
there's
it.
something in the
Yeah,
middle.
you actually had to show you know
the transition
the
did make
process.
sense.
Yeah,
The face, however, not so much.
Look better.
I mean, they barely showed for like an episode or two, right? They showed like once or twice. Once when he was by him, he was taken by Kaden, and the first time he became outside with those bandits around him. I think
Yeah,
only those
that's
were the
basically it.
times, yeah, which was needed. Like even though people wouldn't feel the need to, but I still thought it was really needed. And
I
even
think it definitely was needed because if he just became a dragon out of nowhere, people would have been like, "What's going on?" It's not.
yeah.
I would have been like, "What's going on? Why aren't you showing me how he becomes a dragon? Why does he just suddenly transform into a dragon? There's no way he can control that power." It is a very goodness.
And,
But
one-
no, there's a dragon inside him, so it makes sense he becomes a dragon. I was like,
Yeah,
why the
but
hell
you
did he
don't
turn into a
you-
weird furry lion?
No, but the thing is, even if you become a wolf or werewolf, you become mid werewolfish, right? You don't become full werewolf.
There's
at
either
night.
Of course you
human
do.
or werewolf.
Yeah.
The fuck?
There's no mid this
Then they
thing.
should wrong in Vampire Diaries. I think. I don't know. Where they should,
Mickey,
like-
don't get your sources from Vampire Diaries. That's your problem right there.
Probably. Yeah. I mean, what? Yeah.
They could have just shown
Yeah, why
like an
talking about
internal
Vampire
battle
Diaries?
between Davion and Slyrak and be like, yeah, okay, you want to turn into dragon form? Okay, for only this time. Otherwise, my body go boom, and then he turns into dragon form, and then goes back into human form. Shit like that. Maybe that could have also.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but my
you don't
point is
need
that
to have a
it's not a
mid, like,
helps.
it's not
Yeah,
necessary.
it doesn't need to have.
And
a
even
mid,
if they
but
did it,
It should have been way better.
it
Yeah.
works. It still works. Albeit the face being a bit weird. That's all.
but yeah, there were some.
And even with one thing which bugged me and Borda was one morning when he got up, DK he has to go for some mission. And his guy comes and says we have to go for the mission. 1 second he's out of frame, he's completely naked, like butt naked. Next second he's in his full armor and all. We are like, the fuck? How did he?
Dialogue there.
Yeah, mid dialogue. How did he get all that armor, helmet? Like, what did he do? Like, I don't understand. At least show 2-3 minutes of something.
Yeah, he walks out of frame while speaking, and then he comes
Yeah,
back in
the
the
same frame.
millisecond. He's fully wearing knight armor. I'm like, damn, this boy, freaking hell,
Bro,
damn.
you thought he had
I'm
similar
telling you.
enchantments like Kaden, where he just Iron Man that shit onto him.
I'm telling you, that armor just slips right on. He just walks and he's like.
Yep.
Cling wrap. Yep.
Okay, I think we've spoken a little bit about our thoughts. I'm just gonna quickly scroll through Reddit and just talk about.
Hey, I wanted to
what
talk about the
general
nice
distinct-
phrases also
Oh,
that they
yeah.
use, like you remember Nick Tasha's knickers and
Yeah,
stuff
Nick
like that.
Yes.
Because-
Oh
Those
my
were
god. Yes, it has
cool,
now
yeah.
become a part of my vocabulary. Okay, I'm gonna do on this podcast what I did yesterday on our call while talking
Yeah.
about this. Somebody say something surprising to me.
The moon is going to fall. The moon is going to break.
Selemene tits. Are you serious?
Oh my god.
I'm telling you, I love the phrases that they use.
Yes, they definitely said Selemene tits towards the end. If you don't remember, go watch it again.
Amazing. Okay,
What?
they're actually amazing.
He's talking about
These
Selemene's
lines,
Yeah.
whoever thought of them?
I don't understand.
Right, the
You're
lines.
talking about
Tasha's
the line.
knickers. Oh my god, that line
perfect,
is
huh?
is literally, it's just genius.
Yeah.
I can't think of a better line. when it
I
comes
know,
to
right?
Nick Tasha.
It gives a very good insight into the world, and for those who don't know, bro just explain this thing, but yeah, it gives a very good into the whole world building thing. It helps that such small phrases that
Really
people say.
does.
It's very,
And the
I
line
like
is
that a
so
lot.
Good.
Yeah.
And the barkeep says it when he's talking to Davion, right? He's like,
Yeah.
Tasha's knickers, is that you, Davion? I was like, what?
Give some lore
Tasha,
insight
for
on
those who don't
yeah.
know, is another god of or goddess of the Dota lore. Somewhat
is a
similar
god,
to
huh?
Selemene in power levels, but completely different in characteristic.
She basically feeds you nightmares.
Yeah.
She feeds on your sleep,
Yeah.
kind of like the
She
And
gives
the-
you nightmares. She
and-
basically gives you nightmares.
The hero Bane is related to Nick Tasha.
Yeah,
Bane
Bane
Elemental.
is her little lackey.
Yeah, her
Goes
little
around giving
minion.
people nightmares
Yep.
and sucking their
Brain.
brains.
Yeah,
Yep.
brain.
Sapping their brains.
Sapping their
Yes,
brains.
sapping their brains. Yep.
But God damn it, I'm not kidding. We should go on Reddit and we should we should make a post with these kind of things, Nick Tasha's knickers, Selemene's tits, stuff like that. We should just write more. We should just write more.
But yeah, dude, something very interesting which
Obelix's
they.
dick.
What did Obelisk?
Oh my
dick?
god. Isn't Obelix from Asterix?
No, the guy who Chen follows.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wouldn't that be
the
Bruce's
Obelix
favorite
guides
hero?
me.
By the way, for those who don't know, Brew is a 6K Chen, so challenge him 1v1 mid.
I'm
Was.
a 1.5k player in general, but Dota Buff seems to think I'm a very good Chen and I'm way
Yeah.
above my
Yes.
little scrub level actually.
Dude,
Puppy can
one
actually
Surprise
fight
to
him.
me as well.
yeah. One thing I wanted to talk about that was interesting, which I want to they're developing an interesting relationship between Dragon Knight and Mirana throughout the story. What do you
yeah.
guys
We're
think
going to
about
get
that?
dragon princess babies.
The Dragon
maybe,
Prince
maybe not.
SA.
Oh my god.
But yeah, that's very interesting. What do you guys think about that?
Do they show
I don't
towards the
know,
end that they
man. I
build
don't
up the
know.
relationship?
And
Don't they just fuck off in their own directions?
they kiss like so
They
many
kiss
times.
like yeah.
They were
before going
so close to fucking off and then off. Yeah.
off and off. It's like she got pretty
Perhaps.
this off that
I don't
elf
want
girl.
I don't want Dota lore to be affected by anime lore. That's all I want. Like if that's followed, I'm fine with anything. I'm okay if in the anime Mirana and Davion have kids in the second season. I'm okay with it.
No, but
It
those
shouldn't
kids
affect Dota lore
shouldn't
because
come.
Dota lore has been written very carefully.
Yeah.
And it has been written with a certain mood, a certain tone which really suits each character well. If they rewrite it to match the anime, I'm not gonna be a fan.
Yeah, but is the anime, that's what I like, the anime, is it canon or what? Like, I'm
It
not
is
sure
made
because
by
it is
Valve.
by
It
Valve.
is
Valve
wrote
wrote
Yeah,
it
so
by
it
Valve.
is
Strax
technically,
working on it.
so it's
We have
technically
Lorgasm
canon,
and
right?
the people who
Yeah.
own the game doing it.
Yeah, so it is technically true, right? It's not separate from the game, right? They are talking
Yeah, but
about the
that's
lore.
problem. So we can use this. So if you remember, the Dota Twitter team had put out a tweet saying each game of Dota you play is canon.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
then right at the moment where one ancient is about
Yeah.
to die, it reverses time.
Yeah.
It goes back to before the war started, and then new heroes come in. That's why there are different heroes in each match. In that way, I can understand it. Like it's like something that happens, and then the War of the Ancients is going to start, and
Yeah.
then rewind, and then it's something else happens, rewind. Like like a ReZero type of thing, where DK and Mirana have kids, and then they're like, oh, mommy and daddy have to go fight in war, and then they're just brutally slaughtered, and then they rewind.
Yeah. But yeah, we did also see the Dire Ancient. Apparently, what is at least look like the Dire Ancient,
yes,
right?
yeah,
With
that's
zombies
true.
around
One
it.
piece of
creatures
Yeah.
was
Undying
formed
had come out,
around.
and they probably showed Undying. There was a teaser for Undying.
No, those were like creeps, right? Look like people
No,
turning
those were
into creeps.
They
Dire
were
Humans
creeps,
being
yeah.
turned into creeps.
Hmm.
which
That
is
is
what
actually canon, na, because in the first comics
Yeah,
of
Dire
Dota that
creeps.
came
Yeah,
out,
yeah,
no, but
They showed,
like is it possible that like after this thing Dota like their lore they change it a bit, because if it's written by Valve and all, the like how they've played with the lore so much, like in the anime, is there way they change the lore completely
they
of some
can't change
heroes?
that shit in game.
I
Because
don't
it's
I
know,
mean,
not set
yeah,
basically.
because you know what to expect from Valve, like from Dota at least.
Yeah, they did it with Dragon Ice lore, apparently, according to what
Yeah.
you're saying, right?
Like it's like the Dragonite Mirana. Like I don't think they did. They would have in common. They had anything Audi in common. Like you saw their lows, right? Dragonite and Mirana.
No, they didn't.
Those they don't have anything
They
in
have
common.
They
common
added
lore?
a lot of stuff. No, we learned a lot. Like we didn't know about TV, like the TB's involvement in Dragon Knights. This thing, like that's new, right? That's not Dragon Knights, so we're still learning a lot
What I
also
would
from
really
this.
appreciate, okay, not even kidding, if they got the voice actors for these guys and made
Yep.
voice packs for Mirana and Davion, I would really appreciate that.
Yeah, that would be nice.
But Slyrak's voice needs to be there when he uses
Yeah.
Ender Dragon form, otherwise it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Dragon Knight's voice is iconic. You can't. Okay, for those who want to know, Dragon Knight's voice in the game is actually the Dragon Slyrak's voice, and it's a beautiful voice. I really like his voice, and I like Mirana's anime voice more than an actual Indian voice. I
Yeah, me
would
too.
pay-
Yeah.
I would pay money, like actual. Okay, I've already paid money to Valve, but I will pay more money.
More money to Valve.
to
Take
get
my-
a Mirana voice pack. And if they have a line when they meet where she's like, oh, Davion, I remember the last time we kissed, I'll be like, yo, that's it. That's the sweet
Yeah,
spot right there.
that's the sweet
You're
spot.
not bringing the anime too much
Yeah.
into the lore. It works.
Or
It
something
just
like,
works.
oh,
Or-
Davion, you're finally wearing clothes.
Oh,
Yeah, something like that. Exactly.
Yeah, that would be
exactly.
Nice.
No,
That would be beautiful.
that would be. Also, I want to see like personas or hats or something
Yeah,
that
those
looks
would
like
come
the
out.
that.
Yeah.
I would like that
Or
too.
see,
You
or
know.
see, even if it's something like, DK kills Mirana. So in Dota, when
Yeah.
a hero kills another hero they have a relation to, they have a special voice line for them. So if DK kills Mirana, he says something of like Princess of Nothing, and then just walks
Yeah,
off.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
That'd be so cool.
That
That's
would
all.
be cool.
Small little integrations which really help boost the overall thing.
We are waiting. April 9th, right? April 9th. We are waiting.
We're waiting like the new hero.
Valve.
Selemene.
I am up for hire Valve.
Oh.
I mean,
Like,
okay, I was
like
not-
IceFrog, we know you're watching this, so hear us out.
I think he
Yes,
has
come
better
on.
things to do. But
I work in ad right now. I have a lot of interesting ideas for you to actually make this already existing partnership much better. So hit me up. You know where. Okay,
Yes.
not on the Weeb101 account because these other two will see it. My personal ID.
Yeah, I'll give
No,
give
the
that
Weeb101
to you. Don't
account.
worry.
what do you guys think about Terrorblade, the main villain of the
Terrorblade OP. I don't think we
Yeah,
need to talk
holy
about
shit!
Terrorblade.
What is
Yeah,
this
no.
guy? My God, like he can possess anyone. I was like,
Yeah,
damn.
that was crazy, right? But that,
Yeah, I
that
didn't
actually
expect
makes
that
sense
shit.
because isn't Sundar basically that, where he is able to take
We
over
did
another
see
form of
we
this
did
thing?
see Sundar like towards what he did to Selemene in the end, right?
Yeah, I thought it was
No.
Sundar.
I think
That
it was
wasn't
Sundar with that
Sundar.
weird mark and like sucking
Yeah,
stuff.
like she became old in the ending, right?
Yeah.
I think that was just him like absolutely
Yeah.
wrecking her and removing all her power, and so she just looked like an old hag because that's what she is.
No, it seemed like sucking life force out of
Yeah.
her. That's what I
Was
thought.
it?
And then he looked stronger.
I think
Then he
the
was-
whole going into the captain thing was Sundar to begin with because
Mhm,
that's
mhm.
normally what he does from his side or his realm, not the mirror realm. or
No,
whatever
he
the
just
fuck it's called,
exchanges
Powerful.
health with them. He can't possess them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
And
in the
even
lore,
though-
I think
even though
it's
he has a
in
move-
the ability lore. It says that he can take over enemies as such, but because of the Dota restrictions, the map restrictions, he can't take over any hero. He can just swap their health out at best. The icon is also very indicative of that. It shows him basically morphing into another person. So,
Hey, but we
That's why
did
they
see
are
his.
morphling, you know.
No, we did see his other moves also during the fight. Like he made an illusion of Selemene
Yeah,
and
he
his
used
own,
reflection.
and he went into his like demon
Demon
form
form,
also. We
and he
saw
used
all that
illusion
stuff,
on that,
right? We
yeah.
saw all his
wasn't his
spells.
demon form though. That wasn't. That's what I'm saying.
That
The
was.
first form that he came out with was like a Cell version 1, and then he turned into the original TB that has the blades and whatnot. His demon form is when he doesn't have blades; he just has big ass wings on him.
Oh yeah. That's
When he
true.
comes into the Night Silver Woods or whatever the fuck, the temple, that's his original TB form because he consumes the flesh of that old lady and is like, flesh, time to become the real me, I suppose, for the next 5 minutes. And then Selemene comes out, fights him, and then gets destroyed because, TBOP.
TBOP.
TBOP. Oh, also one more thing. Like I think Mickey mentioned when we were watching when the bandits come, right? You know the ring. It had
yeah,
like a
ring of
dire
regen.
stone in it. Mickey thought it's the ring of regen.
Was like
Huh,
the-
that's actually
That's
interesting.
actually
because the ring of region looks
Possible.
it looks pretty same as like the one,
Do
right?
you? Yeah,
And
actually,
they
that could be
f-
a
I-
ring of region. Yes,
Yeah,
very
and they
possible.
found it very this like because they came for a fight with him, no, for the ring because he threw the ring out of his mouth, like he vomited it out.
Oh, yeah.
So
Possible.
like
By the way, that was so like I was like, sure, like make it convenient that he goes to this place and his brother is waiting there for him to
Yeah.
puke out the ring.
didn't
Very like interesting coincidence developed there while
No,
writing.
but I mean, it kind of makes sense because that's where the bandits were. Like they were close
Yeah,
to
yeah.
the place, right? So I was
Yeah.
like, because even I thought I was like, oh, what? Okay, he just pukes it out right there, and then
And
he
the way
finds
the
out somehow,
dialogue
but then I was
went,
like, oh, wait,
dude.
which is literally where his brother was.
Yeah, but the way
probably
the
coming
dialogue
from.
went, oh, we found him dead this morning. He was missing, found him dead this morning, and he had this ring. Like the way it progressed, I'm like, oh,
And,
interesting setup. Yeah.
one more thing is when after this fight and all, he like one sword he needed a sword, right, to fight the bandits. So for the sword he went to some shop and he has a shopkeeper, can I get this ring? Oh, that guy's like, no, like I don't want this ring, like he's scared of it. Which showed like which made me think it was more of ring of region, because how the shopkeepers are scared of it that they don't want to trade for money. He's like, I'll give you the ring for how many ever crowns.
This guy also have it. I didn't think it was a ring of region because both.
No,
the
like
person
it
who
looked
found the ring
like,
also had
because like I think there's a whole knee.
Yeah, why can't multiple people have a ring of region? One person can have multiple
guess.
rings of region.
Yeah, dude, ring of region like 350.
But
It's
it
like
looks
cheap
more
shit.
like this thing, like a symbol of being part of the gang or some shit. Then it was a ring of region. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be, but it could also be a nod to the ring of
Maybe.
region because
Yeah.
does did look
Normally
like a
stuff
ring of
like
region.
this is under this thing, no, shopkeeper's care. all the items that we see in Dota
If
are
they
under the
buy the
shopkeeper's
Ring
tier.
of Region and they are wearing it, then why would it be under the shopkeeper though?
Yeah, because in that
I don't
world,
know,
like
like,
they do use the
Even the
radiant and
shopkeeper is
dire
very
stones
selective
to
about
this,
his own
right?
Yeah.
customers. So he could just be like, do you want artifact? And you like Ring of Region? Maybe, maybe not. Okay, take. Who knows? Maybe he could have
No, I
sold it
think
to him.
it's
Maybe
possible
not.
that they bought like 2 Rings of Region and they were like, hey brother, please swear I am your brother. This is our memento of
Yeah.
our brotherhood.
Yeah.
Hey."
Possibly.
By the way, that shopkeeper store
Could
was
even be
cool.
the
So
dire
many
stone theory
items
that
there.
Mickey proposed, yeah.
What? What did Audie say?
Could even be the dire stone theory that Mickey proposed. It could be like a piece
Yeah, that's
of,
what I'm saying. It was a dire stone because it's a red colored stone in the ring. Yeah, but I
could
thought
just be a regular
Mickey
red
said-
colored stone, or doesn't
Why-
have to be. Like a
Why would
dire
everyone
stone,
be
but-
scared?
But it's
of
the
it?
Dota world. Why would
Yeah.
it be a random? That's what I'm saying.
Going
If you
to-
see it's that universe,
No,
why would
they
it
are
just be a
scared of it
random
because
red
they
rock?
know it's the gang's ring. They wouldn't want to fuck with it because they know if
It's
they
not
touch
about
it
the
in
gang.
any
I don't think
Could
it's
be,
about the
yeah.
gang.
There was a yellow like weird symbol
No,
on
see,
it.
they were
I
scared of it
th-
because it was the gang's ring, but
Yeah.
I
Could
think
also
that's
be
besides
because
the
it was
point. It's
dire.
like seeing
Maybe.
seeing a ring like that.
See,
Like,
it could
has
be
to
the
mean
it could be
something,
like
right?
two. It is
I
either ring
suppose.
of region or the health, the ring of health. It can be either of the two, but I don't think it was the ring of health
is different.
because it didn't have the
This is Ring of
carvings which
Region.
ring of health has. So that's why there was the ring of region. It was like plain golden thing with
I
the
just thought
stone.
it was a regular this thing ring. I didn't think it would be a ring of region because
Nothing
again
in,
it's
nothing
it's
in the
still
Dota universe
something.
is regular though, is it?
Yeah.
I suppose, but
Except
then again,
boots or
these
speed,
are like
pretty
basic
much.
bitch bandits. They are not special in any way. And it didn't feel like it
They
would be.
don't, you don't need to be special to buy from the shopkeeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
No, but in the sense like it didn't make sense for a regular bandit of all people to keep a ring of region. That's what I thought.
no, but the ancients affect everyone in the universe, right? If you see like the Lorgasm seas and stuff, that's what like the ancients
I
somehow
guess, yeah.
affect everyone. They use it, right? That's why you have the creeps that it, and all that. They somehow their energy affects everything living in that world, including the humans, and they use its like tools to create like whatever weapons, rings, everything else, right? That's what the items are based off on.
Can be possible.
So it makes sense that it could be that.
Could be. I'm not disputing it. It can very well be like a ring of region that they
He
bought from
said
the
after
shopkeeper.
disputing it for 20 minutes.
I said it could be. It could be. I'm just thinking it that we are looking
Who's
a bit
the
too much
Hades
into.
now, boys?
Still you, bro, Hades.
Hey, man, god damn it.
You can never get that off.
Fucking.
Okay, anyway, I've been scrolling through the Reddit thread for it, and people are really happy. Okay, by
Yeah.
the way, people are happy with the
Dota.
anime in Dota 2, so I think Valve can call this a pretty good success. I would like to bring up one last topic before we end it here because we've spoken about almost everything. Does anyone find it weird that Nova just died and Luna was like, huh, Nova? And then
Yeah, what
never
the
mentioned
fuck?
her again.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
what I thought.
Are you sure she died? Because
Yeah, that's
I was.
what
I
it
think
is.
they.
think Nova died.
Hey, listen, she was in a net and 3 different people stabbed her with a spear multiple times. There's
That
no
hurt.
way that
Yeah.
Anil is alive.
It hurt to
Bro,
watch Nova
it hurt
died.
to watch,
Oh,
yeah, but then
if
I
she
don't think
died.
she died because she lives on in the game itself, right?
How do you know she lives on?
Unless
This
you know
is
the
canon.
shopkeeper was like,
She's
Luna is
dead."
depressed. Maybe I should just get her cat back up and like.
No, that did
Now she's
hurt.
back
Yeah,
in
to watch
business.
that like brutally.
No, okay,
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the theory I read on Reddit. Okay. The theory is that this was Luna's first mount named Nova, and when Nova died, she got so grief stricken that she made sure every future mount looked like Nova, and she named it Nova so that she would remember and honor her friend.
Oh my God! Like the
what the
same
actual fuck?
species.
What?
Damn.
Well, could be. Yeah.
Oh, what happened to his goggles?
No, but yeah.
My courier lost his
Possible.
goggles.
I actually wait. I have what happened?
His courier
My
lost his
courier
goggles.
lost his goggles as he brought back the items.
That's okay. It's not that sunny right now. It's night time. But yeah, I want to ask you 2 things before we end, even if we are. First thing is, what are your predictions for the new hero? Do you think it's going to be
new hero.
Selemene?
I got the series threw me off completely. Actually, to be completely honest.
No,
You expected Ags or what? Like, what did you
I
expect?
actually wanted to be Ags, like because the Ags thing which they had, the lore was pretty good, and they had an intro video, annual event. So like I really think it's going to be Ags. But after this thing,
I've been saying Ags for the last year, and
Yeah.
Val just does not want to listen to me. But I'm going to continue saying
we shall
Ags
see.
because I really want that bad boy in the game.
But you still believe it's going to be Ags? Or now
Yeah,
you
sure.
it may be
No,
someone
see,
from the show.
marketing perspective, it's going to be Selemene or one of the dragons. This much.
Or
I'm
that
sure.
elf girl, right? What the
Yeah,
main, like,
yeah.
I forgot her
Nah,
name.
It can't be the elf girl. Elf girl is too basic.
I know
There are
it should
What
already
do
be
you mean
videos
she's
that
too
do
basic?
what
What?
she does.
She shows very interesting
Yeah.
powers.
Yeah.
How? She has
Hey,
basic.
how many people in the Dota universe can use the Kage Bunshin no Jutsu? Huh?
Yeah, exactly.
I
And
wonder.
like vanish and
Phantom
appear
Lancer,
like that.
anti-mage. I wonder.
But
Terrorblade
Anti-mage
of
can't
can't
use
use
the
Anti-mage.
Kage
Kage
Bunshin no
Bushin. He has to
Jutsu.
buy Manta style.
Manta
Yeah,
style.
double
He has
that.
an ability that allows him to make one illusion blink. His Aghanim Shard can make him use blink and cast an
Oh,
illusion off
Bro,
him.
what
Or
she
do you
did
know
was
what
different.
Kage Bunshin no
Yeah.
Jutsu means?
There are 1,000 illusions, but then it's
No, it
practically
doesn't
that.
mean that. Kage Bunshin is shadow clone, Odi. They're shadow clones.
Shadow clone, yeah. He's basically copying himself, right? It's not exactly illusion. It's an actual piece of himself in each clone, nah. So Meepo does
No,
that.
she
yes.
does have
There are
unique
Meepo has
abilities.
clones of himself.
Yeah, but Meepo has permanent clones of himself. What if he could have a temporary Kage Bunshin no Jutsu?
What the fuck? That's an illusion then, isn't it?
Yeah.
You don't know? Are you IceFrog? You don't know what he can come up with?
Wait, what is your explanation here? That it's temporary and it doesn't affect the hero in any way. So isn't that what an illusion is in the game?
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
Aquaden has a clone. Aquaden is not an illusion. It's a clone.
but that doesn't affect his hero, right? Well, it used to, but
Yeah,
then
so
it doesn't anymore.
What if this girl has like 5 clones that just
Yeah.
pop out and they have an
Yeah.
orgy in the middle of the field?
Yeah, what? And it like fears everyone away or like attracts them like Darkseer's vacuum.
I don't know.
My God.
Yeah.
she seems
And
too
she
basic in
seems to have a
nature.
blink step type.
Yeah, she
type
seems
of
to have a
thing.
invis
come on.
blink
Cool.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Image
cool.
co-op already done.
Instant
What the
That is just a
That is
blink.
not
This seems to be a
co-op.
blink step. She can do it multiple times.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
like-
it seems to be
and-
like
and short span.
like
As
Tracer from
opposed to a normal
Overwatch,
blink where
basically.
they
Yeah.
can blink once in a general direction and in a very far distance. They'd
Yeah,
rather do
she
it
can
3
do far
times.
distances or she can do it multiple short distances.
Yeah.
Like how she killed Luna. She like around.
Yeah. She
Like
literally
Ricky,
ran
so to
circles
say.
around
Yeah.
her, slicing her.
And like like even Invoker, he saved her from Luna from killing.
Yeah,
which
she's
also
important.
Yeah, which also makes her important, which is there's a probability that she might be the new character. And also one more thing, which I want to talk about is Invoker and Selemene had a daughter, which was pretty like
yes.
off.
Yeah, holy
off
Everybody
throw.
was sad about it except for Sid, who claimed he felt nothing.
Yeah,
For the Philomene.
Philomena,
Philomena.
based on that flower.
Yeah.
Philomene.
Which was damn weird. Like I didn't expect them both
It
to
was a
have
sad story. It was a very sad
Yeah.
story, yes.
probably some.
If somebody is interested, you can go on r/Dota2 right now. It should still be up by the time this video goes up. Where, you know what, Korea, you're dead to me. Yeah, there's a guy on
Korea was
Reddit
killed.
who has explained why Invoker is such a narcissist in
Yeah.
the game and ties it back to the anime version of Invoker, where it's because he lost his daughter, where all these narcissistic feelings come because he's detached from reality completely and he doesn't care about anything anymore and he's completely detached from everything. So he's just like, I'm just going to absorb as much knowledge as possible. Keep absorbing knowledge, keeps absorbing knowledge, and then he's like, I know the most, I am the most knowledgeable person. But because he has so much information in his head, because he has such good memory, he can never get rid of the memory of his daughter dying in front of him ever. So it works like a double-edged sword. Very good read. If you guys are interested, you should go check
Isn't
it out.
this-
reddit.com/r/Dota2.
Isn't his persona also very narcissistic in general? And isn't he like
Yeah,
a
so
kid
that's the
in
thing. People were like, this doesn't explain the persona, but I think the persona was thought of before they thought of the anime at all.
Yeah, exactly. Also, yeah, and one more thing, bro, I wanted to ask. Like, so if someone who doesn't know what Dota is, since we've used a lot of Dota lingo and everything, we've been basically talking about the game in relation to it.
Yeah.
Someone who's listening this far has no idea what the fuck Dota is.
Yeah.
Why should they watch the anime? Let's talk to the weebs.
The Weebs. Hey guys, welcome back to Weeb101. Yes, the Weebs,
Yeah.
of course. That's our
Of
fancy
course, yeah,
audience.
that's what we were
podcast,
doing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, this is not a Dota podcast. It's an anime podcast.
Yes.
I forgot for a minute. There. Sorry.
This
For
was
an
not
hour.
supposed to be a deep dive of Dota. Yep.
Okay, if you're a weeb and you I'm gonna use some of these tricks I learned in the ad space. I'm making like demographics and psychographics and stuff like that. Okay, all that bullshit. Basically, if you're a weeb, if you're already a weeb, that means you like fantasy stuff, you like crazy imaginative stuff. It means you like exciting stuff, and you like to see your favorite characters win. Which also means you're already involved in some kind of gaming, whether it be anime games, whether you're playing Genshin Impact or you're playing Naruto. What is that game
Jump
said?
Force.
Naruto.
Ultimate Ninja Storm,
Ultimate
Typhoon,
Shippuden.
No,
The one
the
Hurricane.
one we were playing on Android.
Yeah,
Holy shit, I
Shippuden.
forgot that.
Oh, that
Oh,
shit. Yeah,
Slugfest,
yeah,
Slugfest.
Well, it's a
Yeah,
Naruto
yeah.
open world game, whether you're playing some other anime
Slugfest,
game.
Slugfest.
Slugfest, yes, Naruto Slugfest. Thank you, Audi. And so it could be any of these games. You know how addictive games are. What Dota offers you with this anime is an introduction to a new type of fantasy world which doesn't restrict itself to any one genre and has a ton of imagination put into it. You have eldworms who aren't just normal dragons. You have dragons who aren't eldworms at all. You have hatchlings of dragons. You have mages. You have sorcerers. You have assassins. You have so many assassins. You have oracles. You have people who can
Everything.
save
Yeah,
others
yeah,
from
yeah.
death. You have beasts. You have beast masters. You have a kraken coming in, and an old sailor who defeated the kraken. So there are a lot of stories. There are a lot of cool intricacies, and it's a very fun story to follow, especially if they have multiple seasons, because more and more heroes are going to come in, which expands the universe more and more and more. But at the root of it all, at the very base, is this game, which, and again, if you're a weeb and you already most likely play games, you should check out.
Yes.
Because it offers fun like no other game I've ever experienced in my life. You can take a while. It's going to take a while for sure. You're going to take a long
Definitely.
time to actually start playing the game the way
Around
it's
a
supposed
year.
to be because of its complication. But it'll be so worth it. It's amazing. It's amazing to play. So check out the anime. If you like the anime,
Yes,
and you-
please.
and you think the game is worth a shot, do check it out. I believe the anime is good on its own and will actually be a very good tool to pull people into the game. If you do like the anime, check out the game. Hit us up, man. Just comment down. We'll help you play. We have a pro player in our midst sitting right over there. So
As Brew
he'll help
would say,
you out.
this would be
We'll
an
help
isekai
you
that
out.
he
Bro,
Yes.
approves
help
of.
you out, yes.
And that's it. Go watch it. And
yeah, that's it.
now
And
we're
play.
gonna go. Now we're gonna go play some Dota. And
And Valve sponsor us. We've been
Yeah.
getting you a lot of people apparently.
Yes,
we're gonna
yes.
play some.
Apparently.
Let's go play some Dota, boys.
Yes, let's play some Dota. You heard Sid. Quick,
Yeah.
wrap it all up before he can change his mind. That's it for this episode of Weeb
That's
101.
it for this
Remember what we
episode.
said at the start. Instagram,
I'm gonna
we have a
try
lot of
and
cool
debate
stuff.
support.
TikTok, we have a lot of cool stuff. Weeb 101 last take on YouTube. Scripted
Yes.
content which you can't find anywhere else. We put a lot of hard work into it. So please check it out. Let us know what you think in the comments down below for both this episode and all the other videos. Say subscribe so that you can find out when we upload our next video. And we shall see you next week with Sid.
Oh,
Next week, finally, after waiting for
I
2
will
weeks,
say, I will say.
and Audi finally catching up,
Yes.
we are going to talk about
Get backers.
Get backers. Finally.
finally
Finally
yeah.
do it.
the
Sorry for
episode
delays,
no one
guys,
has been
but we're
waiting
gonna
for
do
except us, but we are still gonna do it.
it. Yes. So that's it for this episode of Weeb 101. Thank
Yes.
you for watching this
Thank
far.
you.
If you're watching
Thank
right
you.
now. And
Thank you
we
for
shall
having-
see you next week. That's Audi, our producer. That's Sid and his brother Miggy, our special guest of the day. And I'm Brew. So goodbye.
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 See ya.